So in today's video, I want to share with you how you can stop people from refunding your online courses, your training programs, your coachings to get you retain more revenue, giving you the ability to scale your business even further. Let's get into it. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's John Penberthy. I'm the founder of AdClients.com, where we help you create, launch, and scale your business on the internet. And I'm pleased you're here, and we go into a ton of this stuff on the channel here about sales funnels, traffic, offer creation, all that good stuff. So do check out the channel and subscribe if you enjoy what you get here. So today, I want to talk about refund rates, and I want to talk about how you can reduce the amount of people that are refunding your product. Because the reality is refunds are going to happen, okay? It's just a way of life in the online space. It doesn't matter how good your coaching is, doesn't matter how good your training course is, you are going to have that oddball that wants to try and get their money back. And there are some things that you can do and say and have in place that will actually retain more revenue and will actually, in some cases, completely remove the ability to even have to send a refund. And I want to get into some of this stuff because it's really important, and you should have this as a foundation for selling your courses and coaching and your trainings. So the first thing might sound like a joke, but I'm being deadly serious. Try not having a refund policy, all right? When you're selling your courses, your coaching, that's an idea. It's worth exploring. If you're selling high ticket products, then I don't think you need a refund policy. You want to have a level of commitment from that level of client, and we just don't feel the need to have one. So with our high ticket coaching, we know it's the best. We know we deliver on the goods, and we know that if someone comes into our coaching and feels like this is a one-way decision, we just experience a better quality of client. They seem more all in. They make use of the product because there is no out that they can fall back to. So try not having a refund policy. We do that, like I say, with our high ticket, and it works really, really well. If you sell low to mid-ticket online courses or trainings, again, you can still test the same thing of just not having a refund policy at all. It's just not even something that comes up in your webinar presentations or in your sales videos, and that can help. What you need to find out is whether with a low ticket or a mid-ticket item, if you remove the refund policy, then you may have a dip in conversion. But what you need to look at is the ROI out the other side, because although you're losing a conversion or losing a conversion percentage or two perhaps, you're obviously retaining more revenue because there are no refunds now. So you just need to see whether actually it is of benefit to you or not, because as frustrating as refund rates are, if you're selling an online course, if you've got a 10% refund rate, but then by removing the refund rate, your overall conversion drops by 20%, well then of course it's actually still better that you get the higher volume of customers. You know you're going to lose the 10%, but you've got a positive ROI. Just better to view it that way, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is you can make them jump through some hoops to get a refund. That's something else I see a lot of people doing. I've never been a huge fan of using that strategy, but it's something that I want to present to you so you know all the options that you have available to you. This is where if someone requests a refund, they can only get a refund if perhaps they've used your product and they can prove that they've used it. They submit their homework. They show screenshots of them actively using the training, and they have to complete a certain percentage of your course, things like that. And the reason why I'm not a fan of that is because if they think there's the chance of getting a refund, but we've been a bit sneaky with the fact there's hoops to jump through, we run the risk of getting what we call chargebacks, where they request a refund from you, you don't give it because they've not submitted the homework or whatever hoops it is that you have for them. So they just go directly to their bank and they cause a chargeback, right? They try and claw the money back from their credit card company. Credit card companies will usually prioritize the customer over the vendor. And so chargebacks are bad. They're not good from a merchant account standing, meaning if your chargeback rate is too high, so if you have 100 people purchase and 3 of them charge back, you've got a 3% chargeback rate, you start to get into some really dangerous territory where your merchant account might just shut you down. So you want to save chargebacks at any cost. And so that's why I'm not too much of a fan of the hoop jumping technique, but that is an option to you. If you're going to do one or the other, I would just remove the refund policy altogether. Now let's talk about some practical things that you can do to help the refund rate, regardless of whether you have a refund policy in place or not, because even if you don't, you may still have some people that are unhappy or want to try and wangle their way into getting a refund. So regardless of whether you have one or not, let's say this is the customer journey, and this is the point where you convert them and they become a customer. There are things that you can do pre-sale that are going to help with the refund rate. And what that is as you are leading someone from not knowing who you are to coming and making a buying decision, to join your course, to join your training or your coaching, you want to make sure that you are describing your product accurately. Sometimes, the whole marketing industry can get so caught up in having a phenomenal marketing message that actually we over describe our program, so that by the time they come in, they actually feel a bit disappointed. It goes downhill. They're not as happy. They were on cloud 9, but actually they get into the training and they realize some of the stuff that you described or how you described it was not quite what they were expecting. So you've got to get that perfect blend of a really good marketing message, but one that was not overly hype, so that when they come in, they're upset, right? Because that's going to cause refunds. So you've got to make sure you're actually delivering on what you said you were going to. But then there's some things you can do this side of the purchase. Now this represents the point where they purchase, and then obviously completing your program and being very, very happy. There's some things we can do. And the first is you've got to validate the decision they just made and make sure they feel very comfortable and satisfied with the decision they've made. We were talking about this the other day. If you look in the retail industry, if you pick up a jacket and you try it on, you like it, you take it to the checkout, they ring it through, and you're literally in the process of paying for it, the person who's serving you may say, "Oh, I love that jacket. Oh, great choice. That looks amazing. That's a beautiful color." And they're saying these things, and have you ever stopped to wonder why they're saying it? Because they're saying it at the point of you purchasing. So it's not like it's helping the purchase. It's not like they have come over to you while you're just trying it on in the mirror and saying, "Oh, that looks really good. That's one that you should get." Because I personally hate that. It's so annoying that actually it turns me off from wanting to buy the thing. But when you're at the till and you're ringing it through, why do they do it? It's because they want to save you from buyer's remorse. They don't want you to walk out the shop and then start to think, "Oh, have I made a bad decision? Does it actually look that good?" So now your subconscious remembers that at the point of purchasing, someone was validating that purchase. So we want to save buyer's remorse, and we want to help them not get cold feet. And so how we do that is, as soon as they purchase, let's say they've just gone to your checkout page, they've put in their credit card information, and they've made the purchase, they need to arrive on a video of you being super excited about their purchase. Don't just take them to a page that says, "Hey, great, you've joined, fantastic," with a bit of, a headline, a bit of text. Do a video, right? And say, "Hey, you just made an amazing decision, super excited to have you in this program. We're going to go through this. This is going to be an amazing, amazing journey, and I cannot wait to go on this with you. You've made the best decision. Hey, your login details are being emailed to you. Let's go check that out. I'll see you in the Facebook group." You just want to get them indoctrinated very quickly, because if they make that decision and they don't hear from you, they don't see you, their email gets delayed, suddenly they feel like, "I just put $500 into the internet and I've got nothing to show for it. Oh, I've made a mistake. This is a scam." And then they start to worry, okay? So they've got to be hit with some validation quite quick. And then what we do is, as they come into the program, very quickly, I have another welcome video, and that's when they first come into the membership area. And again, look, I'm talking in the context right now of selling courses and coaching and training. You can relate this to whatever business it is that you are in. But if they come into a membership area where I've got a bunch of training, that's a daunting experience to log in and just be hit with loads of training and loads of resources and not knowing how to navigate your way around. And that can be the scary part, and that can cause someone to not even go into the training. So we have another welcome video that hits them as soon as they log in, again, validating the sale. And then you also need to make sure that the first module, let's just put module 1, again, if this is a training course, that module 1 is really exciting. It's one of the first things they're going to see in your course, and it's going through module 1. It's going through the first part of your deliverable, and you can relate this to anything. Guys, if you've sold a physical item, right? When they first received the item, how was it packaged? Was there a welcome note? Was it, you see what I'm saying? You can relate this to anything you want. That first experience is where they're deciding, am I happy with this decision that I've made, or do I want to reverse this decision? So module one's got to be super exciting, super engaging, and on point. And the final thing that I want to share with you is that as they then progress through the rest of the product or the rest of your deliverables, keep validating the purchase that they've made. Keep reminding them that this is all going to make sense as they go through. That, you know, keep doing what we call future pacing, which is reminding them about the future, where we're going to get to, the goal that they want. Okay, and you'll see that if you're a client of mine or in any of my courses, you'll see that throughout the training I'm constantly saying, hey, hopefully you're enjoying this, because, you know, in the next module we're going to go into this, we're going to go into that. This is amazing stuff. I'm so pleased you're here. I keep saying these things and I genuinely mean it, but I'm doing it by design because I want you to be really happy with the decision you've made and not doubt yourself at any point as you go through. All right, so there's a few things that you can do to limit your refund rates. With our high ticket coaching, refunds just don't happen, nor do chargebacks. We deliver on the goods, and that's a big part of what I was saying here. As long as you know that your product is as good as you're describing, you shouldn't have a huge issue. And if you're selling low ticket, mid ticket courses, you can perhaps entertain the idea of removing your refund period, but certainly start building in this process that happens immediately when they purchase. Keep validating the sale, and you should be able to retain more revenue in your company, which is going to help you scale the whole operation. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, do me a favor, hit the like button on this video, drop me a comment, let me know which part of this was most helpful for you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We put out a couple new videos like this every single week, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a single video. And finally, if you'd love to learn how you can get my personal help and my team, if this is the kind of stuff that you're thinking, yeah, I don't think enough about this, I need to have this stuff in place. Listen, this is 1% of the stuff we go into with our private clients. And if you would like to get to 6 and 7 figures as quick as humanly possible and have the right team in your corner, we can help. There's a link in the description box in the top comment to some information on how you can book a phone call with someone on my team to discuss our coaching and see if it's a good fit. So do check that out. Those phone calls won't be available for very long, but if you click that link, there may be a couple of spots on the calendar. So do check that out, and I'll see you in a future video.